Welcome, part 3. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. So, if you haven't joined us at part 1 and 2 yet, it's linked down below in the description. We're going to get on to part 3. So, we are changing our receptivity. And this has to do with the elevation and the creation of the bridge of the land of the in-between. This is connected to this. This is connected to our divine attunement. And we know that this is an angelic attunement that's connected to cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. And that's what we're doing. We're getting into a deeper level of what it means to be a conscious manifester here, co-creator. So as we change our frequency, because this has to do with the frequency of us. This has to do with the story of us and how we got here. But it's our authenticity. Okay? It's our authenticity. Right? We need our swords. When the swords meet the cups, night turns to day on the bridge of the lands in between. This bridge that we're building. As we talked about in part 1 and 2, we're no longer focusing on building this bridge without, because that would keep us separate in separation. We have to change the way that we think and go home to the heart and expand with the singular mind as we step into a deeper level of being a co-creator here. But we're being tested right now to take this sword, our connection to our truth, and what we've seen with this sword, and cut ourselves away from our past. And we're being asked to cut away how our 10 of Cups looked within the mind, because we're going to finish creating this through the heart, with the heart of the singular mind. And how we've been building it has been building it through a mind and perception of duality, and still patterns that are still keeping us bonded to playing with the devil, and the devil siphoning our energy. And we talk about this in part 1 and 2, and we're going to really get into what this means as time goes on, because we've come home to ourself. We are all one. And now we're going to expand our soul with our spirits, and we're going to be seeing what that work means here, because we've uncovered our mission. So this is all about restoring confidence in us, confidence in our magic, confidence in why we're here. And to restore this confidence, it's connected to the cup of lust. We need to see where we're drinking from the cup of lust, because this is our connection to everything. And this is how we're going to elevate. Now, this is like, okay. This is where we heal from judgment. Remember, judgment is happening in the mind, and it's of duality. We're all one. We've gone home to the heart. We hold space for people with unconditional love. So we are honoring what this means. It's like, I can't play with you in your mental prison that you've created for yourself, and I'm not jumping into your pits of hell. But I'm not judging why you're at where you're at. Hey, we're all one. I'm going to hold space for you with love, and love rises up to meet us. That's the beautiful part about love. It rises up to meet us. So we have to see something of us when we drink from this cup of lust, and we have to see that it's all love and that we've been tricked. It's just that we need to elevate, because drinking from this cup is keeping us unbalanced, and is keeping us caged and stuck in our wounds. It's keeping us bonded here. And we want to elevate. We're feeling too dense. We're feeling this, and we don't want to feel this. Okay? We want to feel this. I don't know what we want to feel. Maybe we want to feel this right now. Okay? But I'm telling you, to feel this, it's all about this. From within to without, we're becoming the positive charge, but we're positive charge because we're facing our fears, we're facing the negative, and we're going to liberate ourselves. Okay? So, and we're liberating ourselves from this experience and like whatever's happening here, because this is where we're seeing where it's a nightmare. And we're healing from our insecurities. And we're healing what happened to us in our past, in our childhood homes, and where we've been bonded here through patterns that we're still creating with. We're still creating this. We need to see this. We are having this experience so that it can be projected out from us, from without of us, and we can heal it. We can co-create anew. But we have to let go of the past. We have to cut ourselves free from it. And we have to forgive ourselves that we are a part of this and that we have been part of this. And this allows us to forgive others. This allows us to meet others. And this, you know, where we've met ourselves in a whole different way. And this allows us to create with this unconditional love, co-create with this unconditional love, be this unconditional love. Because remember, this is no longer about a doing. Doing is of the ego mind. This is about being singular with the heart. I'm going to be. I'm not going to do. I didn't come here to do. I came here to be. And maybe I'm finding out how to be through doing, but I came here to be. So, and also too, when each counterpart, this is a specific message, when each counterpart is seeing the connection to love within the cup of lust, they're healing what has happened in their childhood home. Remember, we've been laser focusing on the lust template, the death template, and the wrath template, and they're all connected, and they're all helping us to expand from our lower chakras, which is the gift of this expansion. Remember, Pisces is here in part 1. We talked about that. So, we see that there's love in this cup. But we want a deeper connection to this cup. The cup of us, right? The cup that we are creating here, co-creating. Our connection to spirit, to our heart, to everything, to love. And this is where we're restoring pleasure. Remember, restoring pleasure through an elevation. We're restoring pleasure by creating happiness. And our happiness is being created from sadness. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So, this is where that we understand that this dream that's a part of us is because we came here to expand partnerships. And right now, we are in the process of making a sacrifice with love to expand these partnerships, and that's to dissolve the patterns that are keeping us sick, keeping us from, you know, allowing the next generation to move forward. We're breaking the chains for the next generations. We're doing it through us. We're not calling up grandma and being like, yo, bitch, that ain't that. Sorry, grandma. Sorry, grandma. Get myself back in check here. Okay, so we're dissolving what's toxic, what's not working. We need to make a sacrifice with love to say goodbye to these old patterns, okay? And many of us are like, you know, as we're healing with our inner child, we want to do better. Because this is where we have this connection to all of life, this deeper connection to all of life. That inner child's connected to all of the children without. Want to do better, right? So we're going to restore balance to our partnerships. But in order to restore balance to our partnerships, remember, this is a sacrifice. We need to let something go. But believe that it'll be returned back to us. And this is going to allow us to elevate our perceptions with our truth, the Queen of Swords, when the swords are going to, you know, meet the cups. Work with that King of Cups and to become responsive with our truths. Because remember, we want to express them because that's how we're meeting up on the bridge of the land of the in-between. We're meeting up on this bridge because we're called to express our unconditional love, which is part of our truth. And that's connected to 741 hertz. We're literally going to be called to express ourselves. And that's connected to these 3 cups coming together here. That's part of brain and heart coherence. And we are magnetized back towards each other because we've elevated our frequencies. But we have to elevate our frequency with our truth, with our true self. Because why? Because our counterpart is us. Our counterpart is us. So it's like we have to go home to us to expand us. And our counterpart goes home to them and expands them. And we are each other. So we can't laser focus on each other's expansions because that's still in the mind of duality. We have to laser focus on our own expansion because we've gone home to the singular mind of the heart and we are one. Our counterpart is us. See, we're being challenged here. We're being challenged to expand. So remember, this has to do with an elevation, and we've gone home to expand here. We need to use sadness. As you can see, sadness creates our happiness. And what that has to do with right now is the 5 of Cups and this bridge that we're building. But remember, it's connected to the 2 of Cups. And 2 plus 8 cups is the 10 of Cups. Remember, the 10 of Cups, that's what we're analyzing to begin with. That's how we got called by the moon to have an opportunity to change our frequency, to have an elevation, right? To have a angelic attunement. And we're doing so right here. But in order to do so, we have to use our sadness. We're going to use what didn't work out. And what didn't work out was what we've been trying to create here in the 10 of Cups. Because what we've been trying to create has still been of past patterns that are keeping us bonded and chained. And we're being gifted an opportunity through the present moment to see these patterns that are not going forth into the future. But we had to have an intimate encounter or intimate encounters in order to do so. But we were met there with love. And this was a lustful experience. That there was lust within this experience, but we needed to have the cup of lust that we needed to see within this experience so that we could see it was all love. And to see that we all deserve love. This is like saying too, like, if you drink from the cup of lust, you don't deserve love. If you drink from the cup of lust, you don't deserve healing. You don't deserve to be here. That's not true. That's twisted. This is allowing us to have a deeper connection with life and all of life here, okay? And we're seeing that. And we're going to use our sadness of how this did not work out, okay, to elevate it even further. We need to use this sadness to get this bridge as high as we can get it. So we're going to use our pain. We're going to use the negative. So what we're literally being called to do is, with our truths of what we've seen, each twin having a sword, and finding our way and understanding we had to have this whole experience from a nightmare to a dream, seeing love in the cup of lust and our connection to the cup of lust, and expanding with the cup of spirit and our connection to everything, and then being able to let go of our past without thinking our whole universe is over, and heal from attachment, heal from codependency, heal from where we're projecting our identities without. No, we go home within, we go home to our hearts. We're expanding our soul with our spirit. We're allowing other people to do. We're healing from attachments. We're healing from codependency. We're healing from putting our identity without. No, we're expanding ourselves from within to without. This is changing the whole universe. Because remember, we're all one. This is changing the whole universe. Guys, we're going to the next part. There's a reason why there's going to be a few parts to this. So you can just meet when you can meet with us. Okay, so hang tight. We have a visitor. We're going to go on to the next part, and we're going to discuss what's happening after this. See you there.